Shalom, family. This is Grammy Yah once again. You guys, you would never, ever, ever throw watermelon rind again away, okay? There are so many benefits in watermelon rind. So today, we are going to pickle watermelon rinds. Yes, watermelon rind, yes. So here we go. So what I've already done, I've already started putting my watermelon rind pieces in the jar, but I saved the piece so you guys can see exactly what I do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this piece of watermelon and I will remove the watermelon from off the rind. Come back here. You know I'm going to eat that. So yeah, and so what you do is you just go through and you can leave some of the watermelon on there, okay? But basically, this is kind of how you want your rind to look, alrighty? So now I'm just going to cut it in half. You would need some type of peeler to peel your watermelon rind. So make sure that your watermelon is washed before you even cut it, okay? And so what you're doing is you're just going through, you just taking off the peeling of your watermelon. That's it. Just the peeling, you guys. And it should look like this. I'm gonna do this one too. Just peel. Just peel your watermelon rind just to get that green skin off. Yeah. And so here you have it. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to cut it and we're going to make some nice little bite-sized pieces. I'm going to bring it closer so you can see what my chunks look like. Just some little pieces like this, you guys. Just some little bite-sized pieces. Okay, you just take it and chop your little bite-sized pieces. If you want it a little larger, you can make them a little larger. But I like these little bite-sized pieces. And so what I have, I've already filled one jar. I'm gonna fill this second jar. Throw it in here, okay? And there you have it. So let me show you what all you're gonna need. You're gonna need a peeler, right? You're gonna need some jars. I might do more than 2 jars. I don't know. It all depends on the brine because I have to make the brine, and I'm gonna show you what I use in my brine. But if you don't have mason jars, or sometimes we don't use our mason jars for things like this, you can always use an old spaghetti jar or an old pickle jar for things like this. So don't throw away your old jars, okay? Because they will come in useful every now and then. And today we would need some canning and pickling salt. Some people use kosher salt. You would need some apple cider vinegar. I made this apple cider vinegar. You would need some sugar, and I will leave all the measurements in the description box for you. You would need some crushed red peppers, okay? And you would need some peppercorn. And the crushed red peppers and the peppercorn, I'm going to add that last because I want to be able to fill up one jar without the red pepper flakes and the peppercorn, because there are people in my family that can't eat spicy. So I'm going to make the brine for that first, and then I'm going to add the peppercorn and the red pepper flakes. So what I'm going to do now is get me a pot, and I will meet you at the stove. All right, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to turn my heat on medium high. I am going to add 1.5 cups of water. All right. And now I will add 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, you can use regular vinegar, but something about the apple cider vinegar, it gives it that extra zest. Okay, so here's my 1.5 cup of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to add, everything is 1.5 cup. 1.5 cup of sugar. Okay, 1.5 cup of sugar. Alrighty, and now we will add our salt. I am going to add 2 tablespoons and a half of my pickling salt. Like I said, you can use kosher salt. And so what we're going to do is we're going to let this heat up so the sugar can dissolve. And once this sugar has dissolved, I'm going to let it come up to a boil. And this is just going to be for the first jar. Okay? And then I'm going to come back and add the peppercorn, a 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes. But you guys, you don't have to separate it. You can do everything at one time if you don't mind the red pepper flakes and the peppercorn. So if you combine everything at one time, you can double it. You can add a 1/2 teaspoon of the red pepper flakes and 1 full teaspoon of the peppercorn. But since my grandson don't like spicy, I don't like spicy, I'm going to just make the sweet brine first, and then I will add the other ingredients. Family, while I'm waiting for this to come up to a boil, I remember my grandmother making watermelon rind preserves. So if anybody know anything about watermelon rind preserve, please let me know. Email me with the recipe. All I can remember was when I was a little girl, I remember my grandmother taking the watermelon rind, just like I just did, and I can remember her putting a whole lot of sugar in it. But that's the only thing that I can remember. I mean, our grandmothers and our mothers had some recipes, you guys, and a lot of them went to the grave with them. So I wish I could remember that watermelon rind preserves. And I remember she used to take the toast, and we used to spread the watermelon rind preserves on the toast. And that was so good. So I'm going to have to search the internet to see if there is a watermelon rind preserve that matches my grandmother's or close to it, because I got to try it. And when I do, I will bring it to you guys. Yes, I'm just going to pray on it, just ask the Most High to reveal it, because I remember bits and pieces. And I'm just going to ask him to reveal it. So you guys, I'm going to let this come up to a boil and I'll bring you back. All right, family, it came up to a boil and I turned it off. And I want to come back and say that I added another half a cup of sugar, because this is going to be the sweet one. And I wanted it a little bit more sweeter. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to pour this brine into my watermelon. And I'm going to bring it up to a 1-inch headspace. Okay? I'm keeping it at the 1-inch headspace. All right. So now, it's not that hot. Now, I'm going to add my crushed red peppers and my peppercorn. And since I'm halving it, I'm only going to use 1/4 peppercorn. I mean, 1/2 peppercorn and 1/4 of the red pepper flakes. And I already have it measured out. I'm just going to stir it. So the red pepper flakes and the peppercorn can be incorporated into my brine. And so now, move this to the side. Get my other jar. This one is going to be the zesty. It's going to be sweet and sour and zesty, because that vinegar is sour and the sweet sugar and the pepper is going to make it zesty, okay? So let's see if I can pour with my left hand, because I want y'all to see this. And I might have some brine left over, so I probably would do a small one. There we go. Let me make sure some of these peppercorns are in here. You guys caught me. This watermelon is so good. So now I have my sweet and spicy, and I just have my sweet. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the top on it, close it up as tight as you can. None of that fingertip tight stuff. Close it up as tight as you can. Same with this one. Close it up as tight as you can. Shake it up. So those peppercorns and the red pepper flakes can go all throughout the jar. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful, you guys? And who knew? This is the stuff that we throw away. We've been throwing away some good stuff. Okay? And so now, this is the only drawback part. It has to go in the refrigerator for 4 days. Ah! Yes, 4 days. But I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to come back with the video just like that. So when you put it in the refrigerator, you guys, put it in the refrigerator upside down. Yes, upside down. So the ones on the top will make sure that, putting it upside down will make sure that all the pickling juice will get on the ones on the top. So upside down in the refrigerator, you guys, for 4 days. And let me just show you how much brine I have left. So that's enough probably for me to do either a 16-ounce jar or maybe an 8-ounce jar of brine. So I'm going to use this watermelon rind to do another one and possibly give this one away. You guys, I'll see you in 4 days. It has been 4 days. Didn't I tell you the 4 days was going to go by just like that? Okay, so I just took these out of the refrigerator, okay? I'm going to shake them up. All right, let's give it a taste test. These watermelon rind, pickling watermelon rind, you guys. But before I taste it, let me show you. For them 4 days, you guys, I've been searching the internet, and I ran across 2 videos of the watermelon rind preserve, and both of them gave me different recipes and ingredients and everything. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is, I have a whole bag of watermelon rinds right here. I'm going to try to remember what my grandmother did and incorporate what the other video people did. I mean, the watermelon rind preserve is a old recipe. I mean, they were doing this during a time when we didn't let nothing go to waste. I believe it may have been during Depression. It could have been before the Great Depression. I don't know, but they didn't throw anything away. So that's why it's hard to find anything on it. You just have to rely on your childhood memory or somebody that can remember way back then. So, but anyway, I'm going to test it, you guys, and I'm going to do all I can, and I'm going to bring you back with the results. If I don't come back with the results, if you see me doing a video on it, you know I got it, okay? So, without further ado, let's try this is just a sweet one, you guys. Okay? That is pretty good. Let me get another spoon. Could you guys hear that crunch? That is pretty good. I kind of like this. This would be a good little snack instead of eating like a bag of potato chips or anything like that. This is really good. I would definitely do this again. But the only thing is, they don't last long, you guys. So you have to eat them within like 2 weeks, I heard. Okay? And let's try this spicy one with the red pepper flakes and the peppercorn. We'll try this one. And remember, you have to put it in the refrigerator upside down. This one is not spicy. I can eat this. This is really good. I think I like this one better. But anyway, you guys, I do like this one better. But anyway, you guys, try it. You have nothing to lose. We throw watermelon rind in the trash all the time. And try this. I do recommend this, you guys. So I need for you to hit that notification bell, you guys, because with this watermelon rind preserve or this jam, you guys are going to have to see this. So hit that. If you haven't hit the subscription button, hit it. Notification bell, share, like, do whatever you can. So when I do get it all together and bring it to you guys, and watermelon rind is free, and you usually throw it in the trash, but we're going to make some goodness out of it, okay? So I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But guess what? I love the Most High more. Shalom.